Do one thing every day that scares you. I don't know if you know the Suncreen song, but it is absolutely my Bible, my life Bible. It came out when I was 18 and I was moving to Australia. I was trying to get as far away as I possibly could from Essex, and Sydney seemed the only option other than going to the moon, which wasn't available at the time. So I headed over to Sydney, 18 years old, and yeah, it was terrifying. And the Suncreen song came out, and it just at different phases in my life I go back and listen to it, and every time a different part of it resonates with me. Like the bit that says be kind to your knees, you'll miss them when they're gone. That's only just become relevant now that I'm 41. So the bit that said do something every day that scares you totally resonated with me when I was 18, and it's something that I've lived my life by ever since. And it's quite hard to do that in lockdown. How do you do something every day that scares you? Well, I've found two major things. One of them has been going on really epic bike rides. So just cycling out into the middle of nowhere, into the countryside. And it's so exhilarating, and it feels like you're in a nature roller coaster going around the South Downs. Like some of the vistas are just, you go over these hills and it's so steep and it's so exciting. And yeah, it feels like I'm having to be really brave doing it, and that I'm going right out into the countryside and, like, you know, miles away from my home, and no one knows where I am, and I have to make sure I'm being safe, obviously, but it feels so exciting. So that's been really wonderful. And doing that, the days I don't do that, I get depressed, and the days when I do it, I feel really good. I've just come back from a really long one just now, and I picked hawthorn blossom, and it's a wonderful thing. So being able to get out and do that has been exciting. And obviously it doesn't have to be on a bike. Going out, just going somewhere, pushing yourself to do things, like going to areas of the city, or like just going for wanders to places where you wouldn't normally go, and taking that, like, it's that moment of feeling nervous about doing something, or knowing that you're in new terrain and that it's the unknown. The unknown is what's scary. And the other thing that I've been doing is the live Fooling performances. So I'm doing one tonight at 7:30, and I'm just going live on Facebook, improvising, and it is improvised. And that is really terrifying. You know, even though I've been doing it for years and I know what I'm doing with it, there's a structure. We have an architecture that we use that supports us with working with the unknown. And I'm going to teach you more about that in the videos over time, because it's not a quick thing to teach, but I will keep sharing insights. But yeah, with the Fooling structure that I work with, we are taught how to basically create a diving board into the unknown. But it's still scary. Every time it's like jumping off a diving board into a black abyss that you have no idea what's going to happen. And you have to learn to love it. You know, you learn to love the unknown. And when you do begin to love it, it's really exciting, because the universe, inner and outer, are both full of it. You know, and it's that thing of, like, the more we know, the larger the circumference of the unknown, you know, and we're always trying with our thinking to name everything and understand everything. The more you can relax and just be with the unknown and dive on headfirst into it, the easier life is, because that's the way the universe is. So, you know, we can delude ourselves thinking we're in control because we got some money or we got some power. It's all delusions. And so yeah, love for the unknown. It's a bit like falling in love as well. When people say, oh, I'm not going to fall in love anymore, no, just keep doing it. Just keep hopelessly falling in love, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. Just do it again. Just keep doing it again and again and again. Keep falling in love and keep diving into the unknown. Do one thing every day that scares you. So I'm going to get ready for my scary dive into the unknown tonight. So I've decided what I'm going to do tonight for the live performance is I'm going to play the violin. And in terms of doing something every day that scares you, that terrifies the shit out of me. Not only am I going to be performing live, which is scary, but also I'm going to be doing something that I'm not very good at. And I get really shy and embarrassed about the fact that I really am not very good at it. So it's like a double whammy of doing something every day that scares you. And I've just realised the reason why it's important to do it, which I thought was important to share, is the world is chaos. The universe is chaos. We have no control. And one thing I learned when I was doing IVF and it didn't work and we never ended up having children was that I had zero control over the situation. Like, we could do all of the scientific and spiritual interventions that we could possibly chuck at it, and health and everything. I did everything I could possibly do, nutrition, the whole shebang. But at the end of the day, we couldn't force it to happen. We had no control. And I had to just let it go. And there was a moment where I stepped off the cliff into the unknown, and that unknown was like the future I'd imagined that I was going to have, having children, and like being a grandparent, being a great grandparent, all that stuff. I just had to let all of it go, and I had to just drop off the cliff into the unknown. And that is the fool's journey. And since then, I've just gone with the flow, and life has been really magical. And it is that thing of like feeling like that we've got, you know, the more you think that you have control, the more anxious one becomes, because because every day you're being shown that you don't, because it's all a delusion. And so you're having to like earn more money so you can buy a better house, so you can have more safety, so that you can be further away from neighbours who are noisy, so you can just control all the things. And actually all you're ending up doing is stressing yourself out and making yourself more and more highly strung. So in order to be able to relax and go with the flow and be zen and let the life craziness just wash over you like you're a pebble being smoothed by it rather than jaggedized by it, then you need to let go of control, and you need to step into the unknown. And the more you do that in safe spaces like theatre or cycling, whatever it is, the more you put yourself through that and allow yourself to drop into that unknown space, the easier it is to deal with it when someone dies or something else happens that's out of your control. It is kind of training for those moments that are inevitable and are going to happen throughout your life.